we take our eyes off of Jesus, so many things can happen, and unfortunately, and at the end, we end up drowning out in the things of this world, and we end up drowning in the problems of life, in life storms, and and if you look in the book of Matthew, chapter 28, chapter 14, verses 28 to 31, it says, "And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, then me could come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and he beginning to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said to him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And and there's times in life where Peter in that situation. There's times that when life storms come, and when the things of the world comes to tempt us. Let me tell you the truth. Jesus, it may seem like Jesus is not there, but the truth is Jesus is in the middle of those things. He's in the middle of the storm, and we need to tell the Lord, like, can we come to you? And Jesus, during your storm or trial, is telling you to come to Him. And of course, during that storm, you're probably walking towards Him towards Him. You're trying your best to keep your eyes on Him. But but there's times that but unfortunately, when the whispers of the enemy, the whisper of demons get the best of us, they try to get us to take our eyes off Jesus and try to focus on a problem instead of the solution, which is Christ Himself. And they try to get us to focus on the storm and the trials instead of focusing on Him. And as a result, so we end up panicking, we end up getting anxious, we end up getting chaotic, which and what's going on within us spiritually, we are drowning because we taking our eyes off of Jesus. Jesus, we're spiritually drowning because our mind is elsewhere. We're elsewhere. That's why we're panicking. That's why we're anxious. That's why we're sad, depressed, etc. Whatever you want to call it, because our minds shifted. It's our minds shifted their focus off of Jesus into the trial and the life storm that's going on with their lives. And the truth is, we could relate to Peter in this situation.